Welcome to 5 Star, guys. If you guys are tuning in right now, me and Tez are going to give you one hell of an episode. Well, trust me, we take a lot of time to think about how we can service you guys and give you some quality value. Boom. All right, we are live on 5 Star. Let's see how it sounds. Welcome to 5 Star, guys. If you guys are How's it sound to you, my boy? All good?
Good money.
All right, the sound check is doing good. I'm about to start the live recording. What up, guys?
Let's go. 5 Star. We are back the fuck at it. Let's get it. Bring it to you live on Friday night. Motherfuckers could be out drinking and lit partying. We out here in the stew, getting better, making this shit happen. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yo, we take a lot of extra special time to make sure that you guys are getting quality knowledge. And if there was ever a time for a man to be alive, me and Tez have come up with a topic today that we need to bring to you guys and bring your attention to, because if you're in it for women, this is probably the all-time episode for value that we could possibly give you. It's like the stars are lining up.
Oh yeah, let's fucking get it. Let's give it to them.
Yeah, man. So before I get into the topic today, right? How many times have you had a conversation with me and I've told you, like, based on my past experiences and based on how I see the world as a man, or even on episodes here, that personally I prefer to have a household or relationships that are serious with multiple women?
Yeah, that's what you tell me that all the time, bro. Yeah, that's all you talk about. Yeah.
Now, in reality, the reason that I'm like this is that I believe most men are like this. I really do believe that men are punished for this way of looking at the world. I do believe that men are to pick a bouquet of flowers. The women are the flowers, and you're supposed to see these flowers and be surrounded in opulent beauty. And women are very beautiful out here in America, you know, but they're using their beauty wrong. So I guess that allows me to kind of jump into, I'm sure you guys have already read the title, right? Me and Tez just came across some information that's been circulating lately that checks out. 45% of women will be single and childless by the year 2030. Bro, what is going on? What is happening? Something's not right? Something is off.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. Fucking, there'll be 45% of women will be single by 25, from the age 25 to 45. That's crazy. What does that tell you? That tells me what I take. My takeaway from that is that dudes got to get better. We just have to get better. That's what it comes down to. Because think about it. If 45% of women will be single between the age of 25 and 45 and have no kids, that means the bitch would rather be single and have no kids than be with you as a loser. So that just means the dudes just have to get better at that point. It's like, she's like, fuck you niggas, y'all are losers, I'm gonna stay single. So we just gotta level up and just get better. So motherfuckers want what we bring to the table, what we provide. Big facts. And if you stick to this show, we will level you up, man. We already have a Brotherhood group chat. Shout out to the Brotherhood, man. I didn't have to do anything with the guys, right? And the bros, I sent them the link out. Bros are joining the group. Bros are going through the groups. Bros are in there posting their social media links. Dudes that haven't got a chance to meet each other yet are introducing themselves to each other. You know, your boy goes around introducing all the other dudes that I know and connecting them together and making sure that we're out here to, like, level each other up and put us on game and put the best of business out on business, right? So in having these conversations, it's amazing how fast the men will mobilize, but on some other stuff, your boy DJ Matchmaker can let you know I got some stuff going on with the ladies, but they do not operate in the same mind frame, my boy. It's like pulling teeth with them sometimes, you know, depending on what you got going on. Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, I mean, that's just the reality of it. Shit, you got to add value and fucking so they can fuck with you, but that's just what it is. It takes another, you know, with dealing with women, you just got to have more social proof, but we got to get better as men. That's really what it is. That's what it comes down to. Because think about it, bro. The average guy's experience compared to fucking, let's just say Andrew Tate or fucking, who else is there? What's the celebrity guy? Michael B. Jordan, LeBron James, like, guys, Future, whoever. Them dealing with the women, their experience is completely different from the average guy. And what's the difference from them and the average guy is they have status, they have money, they have social proof, they have other women. yes, it's hard as fuck to get to that point. That's what I'm working towards, to get to that point. But that's the only way you're gonna live a halfway decent existence, is if you get to that point. Because if you're not, if you're at the bottom of the barrel, life's gonna fucking suck. So like the only option is to level up and fucking get better and improve. That's it.
Yeah, life is gonna suck, and what we're seeing is that in the nature of women, they actually become very lazy when they do the exact same thing that Tez was just talking about, right? It's in a man's imperative to work his life to accumulate as much wealth and as much status that you possibly can. But women are doing that too. And to no avail. They're out there, they're busting their ass, they're working hard to become like a man for absolutely no fucking reason. Because what happens is we're seeing the stats, we're seeing the numbers. When women become men, go out into the workforce, fight for that boss girl lifestyle, become CEO Barbie and all that BS, what happens? She outsources the man to money. She replaces the man with money, and now damn near half the population is going to be in a scenario where the women are single and childless. But that kind of opens up a lot of optics for you guys that are out here getting good in the dating scene, you know? I see a couple of you guys in here, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dogs in the Brotherhood. Gentlemen like myself and Tez, we're out here self-improving on the dating game every day. You know, we're doing everything we can to do a little bit better at our craft every day. And that kind of begs the question. You see, the age group of the women are 25 to 44 in this particular study. So by the year 2030, women ages 25, that means right now, if you're 20 years old, if you're a girl that's 20 listening, 5 years from now, you will fall into the category of someone that's 25 to 45 that's single and childless, right? But at some point, ladies, you're going to want a remarkable man to take care of you. You're going to want your counterpart. You're going to want your masculine half. You're going to want a man that you could wrap your arms around, bring home, have an amazing time with, have him protect you, take care of you, love you, cherish you, and do all these amazing things. But you won't have that. You won't have a little child. You won't have someone to make you feel like your purpose was fulfilled, because if you're a woman, your purpose is to have a child. You need to have kids. And if you don't do that, what's going to happen by the time that you want to do that? And we're warning you now. Trust me, me and Tez, we love women, bro. We listen. If you've watched any of these pods where we're out here teaching you about the dating game, if you watch F&F, if you watch Valuetainment, if you watch Saucecast, if you watched Access Vegas, if you watch any of these shows, this Donovan Sharp, if you watch any of them, it's a bunch of men all giving girls and guys free advice on how to be better at the dating game. Now, let's say that you do decide to get better at the dating game because you didn't prioritize dating and you put it off, and now you're 30 years old as a woman, you're single and childless. Tez, will we even pick a 30-year-old girl for something serious at that point?
The 30-year-old girl at that point, she doesn't know. Like, at that point, she's going to have to settle for something that she would have got a better guy that she would have got when she was 21. So, yeah, it comes down to, when I hear that a girl that's going to be single between 25 and 45, it's like, if 45% of women will be single between 25 and 45, we know guys have procreated a lot less than women in the past. Guys are more likely to be single than girls. So if 45% of women are going to be single, then what does that tell you about the men? Then that means probably like 70 to 80%. And again, I don't have a stat on this, but I would say from anecdotal experience that there are more dudes with multiple baby mamas than there are baby mamas with multiple baby daddies. So I would say in that, again, and I don't, there's no stat on that I've seen, but it's like, if we know that men have procreated less than women, then more than 45% of men are going to be single and not have kids. So it's like, it comes down to the men need to get better. Men need to level the fuck up and become a guy who's a girl wants to fuck. Because if you're a guy who a girl wants to fuck, again, if you're fucking Future, Andrew Tate, they have baby mamas, like, motherfuckers are fucking, so it's like their experience is not like the average dude is like, girls are like, fuck the average guy, fuck these losers, I'm gonna stay single. So the bottom line is to just get better, just level up, learn female nature, make more money, grind hard as fuck, and then hit the dating marketplace a whole nother man. That way bitches choose you, and even if they don't choose you, if you fuck with them and you approach them or whatnot, they're more likely to fuck with you because they see you're on your shit. So it really comes down to the men just getting better and leveling up. And yeah, feminism did fuck women over because it made their standards a lot higher as far as what they want. Now they're like, fuck it, I make my own money. I damn near became the man, so it's like now I don't need a man. So now if I bring a man in my life, he's gonna have to be that and some more. So yeah, the bar is raised. All feminism did was raise the bar higher for men so they can actually get a woman, and it just made women's standards higher. So it's like you either complain or adapt. So are you gonna sit there and complain and be like, oh, women's fucking their standards are high, they fucking became men or whatnot, or are you gonna actually just say, fuck it, I'm a grind hard as fuck, I'm a work hard as fuck, get the hours in, start my business, do what you gotta do to become the man that the woman wanna fuck? Or are you just gonna be in your basement watching all this red pill shit, just mad at the world and not really getting better, just watching this content, fucking, what do they call it?
Raging, bro.
Yeah, you're fucking gonna just dissect and watch all this content, know everything, and then once you walk out those doors, out of your house, like, none of that shit matters anymore. You're not getting any pussy, and no one gives a fuck about you, but all you do is watch this red pill content. You watch Andrew Tate all day. You watch Fresh and Fit all day. And then you're just mad at women. And you still play Call of Duty. You're playing multiplayer, trying to fucking get gold guns and shit. You're trying to get fucking the red camo and shit on multiplayer and get fucking Fortnite skin. And then you just log out and watch podcasts and just get mad at women, but you don't get better. So decide what you want to do. Either you're gonna level up and become a man that a bitch wants to fuck, or just complain and just watch porn. The same dudes that are complaining are just beating their dick off to the girl that they wish they could fuck.
Yo, and you know what, bro? Like, let me ask you this, right? And for all the women that are watching, watch this. Tez, let's say that they follow this path, right? They do watch the videos, but only to the point of practical application. They do self-improve. They do make themselves better. They've now put the investment and time into building up their body, building up their wealth, building up everything that it makes you a dateable man. Give me an idea of, once you reach being a fully dateable man, how do you select women that you want to take serious? What are you looking for?
Yeah, so I'm still becoming that man, but you're looking for fucking, I would imagine, when you're that guy that you want to be, what you're looking for is a girl who could fucking, it's more of like, what can she do for you? When you're not that guy, all you're thinking about is what can I do for her? Naturally, I believe that's us as men, and we want to do stuff for girls, but we want to do stuff for women. But guys who don't really have shit, they're overcompensating by just trying to appease the woman and do everything right. But when you have your shit together all the way, it's more of like, I'm gonna fuck with her based off what she can do for me. And when she sees you're on your shit, she's gonna wanna fucking acclimate to your program, your schedule, and really just help you in whatever you do, assist you. So then when you find the girl who really fucks with you, she's trying to help you in every way, as far as just not helping you as far as money or anything, but helping you cook or just provide, be a fucking net bonus to your program. That's how you decide. As soon as you find that girl who's willing to just invest into you, not financially, but just not emotionally, but just invest into just your schedule. Just make life easy for you. Having the food ready, cleaning the shit when you're not around, just making shit easy. If you like to fucking eat, just have a plate ready at this time. You get home at 8, 9 o'clock, the food's already ready. Some girls are like, I'm not doing that. That's beneath me. This men aren't worth it. Like, ew, he thinks I'm some subordinate. Those aren't the girls for you. So it's like the girl who's just really just always trying to serve you. What can I do for you? How can I please you? That's how you decide if she's the one. That is the one.
Right?
That's the one.
It's so easy. It's like, what am I looking for? Someone who adds value. Like, it's the easiest thing in the world. Like, yeah, like my scenario, if I'm out here recruiting chicks, a girl who goes and recruits chicks. If it's a girl who is dating us as podcasters, maybe she wants to do clips. Shout out to Donovan Sharp's girlfriend, or his wife now. She made it to wife because she runs the e-commerce business, right? Because he taught her how to. But like, these are very simple things because the woman has all the skills and intelligence and adaptability to literally become whatever she needs to become to make her man look good. You know what I mean? So what are we looking for? We're looking for girls that, like you said, enhance the schedule. Maybe do your food, do the laundry, take care of things around the house. Basically, her job is you as the man. But now we have this abundance of options of women to choose from now. If you have an abundance mentality, right? If you've been doing the work and you have an abundance mentality and you're looking to take dating a woman seriously, like you want a girlfriend, we're choosing between 18 and 24, right? I mean, that's just like when a woman is most fertile. So, like, obviously you want to have kids with the girl at some point, you know what I mean? So if you pick up an 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old girlfriend, and you decide to get her pregnant year 3, year 5, year 6, you still have all that time. You know what I mean? You still have time to like decide if you want to, where you want to do it, how you want your life to be, where you want your school district to be. You could get ready for real world responsibilities, but like, do you want to make that investment with a girl who's in this age range? Do you want like 26? Like I was telling you, bro, for all you ladies listening, 26 years old is the age of a normal, healthy, happy mother. I've said this on the pod before. When you turn 18, you need to be married between the ages of 18 and 24. And then, you know, after you have kids and all that, then you can decide as a woman if you want to go to college. But your investment needs to be in the man first. You got to get rid of this mentality of having like, oh, if the man doesn't work out, I need to be able to take care of me. That shit has got to die. Because look at what happened. We went that other route. We've gone down the fucking road, and now we see what's going to happen. We're just going to have a bunch of single women. So what's better? At least attempting to have a relationship and getting better at it, or just foregoing relationships and now what is this, bro? It's just like the incel of women. Just a bunch of damn near one of two women just don't want to have kids or a man.
Well, here's the thing. We know guys want to fuck, right?
Yeah.
And most guys aren't fucking. But let's say, you know, we know guys want to fuck. They have a high testosterone. They fucking sex drive, higher sex drive than women. So if all the girls wanted to fuck all these guys that want to fuck the girls, do you think these guys would deny, like, no, I'm not going to fuck you because you look a certain way, or I'm just not going to fuck you because I'm just going to choose not to fuck you. I have a high testosterone. You want to fuck me, but I'm going to choose not to fuck you. You think guys are going to say no?
Hell no, bro. They want to fuck.
Exactly. So,
like, girls, you have something men want.
Exactly. So now let's switch it around. We know that guys want to get in a relationship with girls, so there's no shortage of guys out there for girls. So they have the options there. So they're choosing to stay single. It's not that they're saying single because they have no options. Guys want to fuck. Guys want to be in a relationship because most guys don't get any pussy, so they're just gonna be in a relationship with the girl. So it's like, it's not that these girls don't have any options. Just the reality of it. Like, there are dudes out there who would be happy to get in a relationship with these girls, but the girls are choosing like, no, I'm not gonna get in a relationship with these fucking losers, with these guys. So they're staying single. So again, it comes back to the guys. A girl would rather stay single and die alone and not have any fucking kids than be with the loser. So it comes back to the guy as far as this goes, this topic with the 45% of the girls being single and not having kids. Comes back to the guys being losers, because we know they have there are options out there for the girls, but they're choosing not to take them because the guys just act like bitches. They're falling for the propaganda, which make them act like women, and women are like, no, I'd rather not have his kids. I'd rather not get in a relationship with him. He's not worth it. He's a bitch. I'm just gonna stay alone. Fuck guys that are worth it. Fuck guys who act like men, who are toxic, but they don't want to get in a relationship with me because I'm a hoe at the same time, but I don't want to be with the simps. So I'm just going to stay single and not have kids and die alone.
Literally, bruv, I have to speak to the future. I wasn't like somebody that was like wanting to do this. I swear to you, I was called to do this, bro. I was born for this. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that, right? So, as Tess has shown you, we have two extremes going on here. We have men with the highest sex drive ever, just like men normally. But we have a bunch of men that need to become somebody, right? They absolutely have to become someone. They need to level up. They got to stop being a fucking loser. They got to be all out, ready to go. Maxed out stats, right? We understand that. And there is men that have that. There are celebrity men. There are popular men. There are rich men. It exists. And then there's a whole disparity of men that I guess are just increasingly invisible to women, right? And on the other end, we have half of the women saying, okay, I'll be in a relationship, or the other half of the women, if I'm rounding up, damn near just walking away from relationships altogether. And if we do go that route, that does weaken the country, that does weaken the populace, and that means we have less humans, just like Japan, when in fact we need more. And the happy middle ground for these two things, as I see it, is you need to meet in the middle. And what that is going to look like is, as a man, you are going to have multiple options to choose from at a certain point, because no matter how prideful you are, at some point loneliness will kick in for both. It'll be that women will be like, fuck it, I'll have any man at some point. Like, I just can't see them heightening their standards to the point of death without wanting to at least share men. So, you guys would call that polygamy, but I call it just being a normal man. A normal man is designed to be able to love and cherish and take care of multiple women at the same time. And I do see that becoming the rising outcome of the future for people that want to solve the problem in the middle. So mark it here first on 5-star. This might literally be where you see there's an increase on men who are able to say, look, I have half of all of these women are looking for a guy. And if you are, tall, dark, handsome, strong, rich, whatever, you fall into any category, you now have all these women to choose from, because dating apps aren't working for them anymore, because the women don't even, if you see the stats on that, they all choose such a small portion of men that the dating app is rendered useless, essentially. It's not fulfilling results. Now what's going to happen is that you're a guy and you're going to look at this and you're going to say, well, shit, I could, let's say 5-star 5, right? Choose a number of, you could have a relationship with 5 different 18-year-old women, or you could do some charity work and be like, yes, 25-year-old, you're about to hit the wall. Yes, 30-year-old, you've hit the wall. Yes, 45-year-old, you're damn near a panther, or it goes like panther, panther, cougar, saber-tooth tiger, right? You're a panther now. I mean, you could build like a little home filled with different aged women, and that would be what it's coming to. But like, again, that really comes down to the choice. Let's say that we are going to explore this road, right? You're going to go down this middle path of having multiple women. What do you think men should be choosing for here in America, Tez? What are we selecting for? Are we selecting for the most fertile? Are we selecting for abundance? Are we selecting for what seems to be a best fitting match? How does the future outcome of America's dating scene look?
Yeah, so first with that, of course, you want to find a girl that's not a hoe. Like, first off, like, just find a girl that's not a hoe, of course. But I want to say this too. So what I'm gonna say is, most you motherfuckers in a relationship, your girlfriend does not like you. Yo, put it on this camera.
There we go.
Most of you motherfuckers, I'm gonna say it again. Spin it back. I'm gonna spin it back. Most of you niggas in a relationship, your girlfriend does not like you. You're like, Tez, what do you mean my girlfriend doesn't like me? She's laid up with me. I'm fucking her. We go out together. What do you mean she doesn't like you? Okay. Your girlfriend does not respect you. So fuck being like, she doesn't respect you. And deep down she does not respect you, and you need to move on from her. So most of you motherfuckers are getting in a relationship just because you have no fucking options, and you wife the girl that gives you some pussy, and you decide to give her commitment. And deep down, the way she behaves around you, the way that she treats you, the little gestures that she does around you, it's very subtle. She does not respect you. So a lot of motherfuckers are with girls that don't even like them. I deep down truly believe that. Like, when I see this shit, see couples and shit, it's like, you just wiped her because you have such a scarcity mindset that you just got the first thing that you can get. That's what most relationships are right now with guys on the end of guys. So bringing it back to the guys, you motherfuckers, we just gotta level up, including myself. I gotta level up with you. We just gotta get better, stack our cheese, get strong as fuck, get mentally strong as fuck, physically strong as fuck, and get better. And I'll say as far as like the 45% women are single, and I'm gonna put it on the women too, the ladies too. A lot of girls aren't worth getting wifed. They're not worth getting wifed up. So it's like, that's it too. But then a lot of guys, like, most guys are just, they'll get in a relationship with you because they get no pussy. So it's like, it's back on the men for me. It's the men, because these bitches don't want to fuck you. They don't want to fuck you. Not even they don't even notice. They don't even look at you. These bitches like.
Dang.
So we gotta just get better. That's what it comes down to. So it's like, let's level it up together. That's why we're here. We're on this journey together to get fucking better. We are on the journey together to get better. Let's fucking get it. We are out here.
Facts, bro. Like, okay, so literally, right? I'm gonna break this down into like a whole different outlook, right? And I'm agreeing with Tez, man. Listen, if the price of gas hits $12, you say fuck it. Wait, it costs $12 now. I need to adapt, right? Women don't want to fuck anymore. You say fuck it. I need to adapt. If they can't help what they're attracted to, I'll become what they're attracted to. All of a sudden, they like big chest muscles. You go work out on your chest, right? Whatever the fuck women are attracted to, you're gonna have to make that adaptation. And that is where this is going. You know, that is the outcome of the populace, right? Now I'm going to give you guys some like thinking math here, some thinking numbers to work with. The population of America is in the hundreds of millions, but for this example, let's just say hypothetically that there was a total of 3 million Americans in the current year, 2025, right? If we don't procreate and only half, which I'm exaggerating the example, it's 45%, but let's just say 50, right? If only 50% of the humans in this example are in a relationship, that dwindles to 1.5 million. Then what's going to happen is, of the 1.5, only half of the people are in a relationship. Only a percentage of them are going to multiply, and that's going to be the lower percent. So let's say only 30% of the 1.5 million have kids. Our nation is going to be so devoid of children that the only way to fix America is for you to get a group of women and have children with all of them. You're going to need to get so many girls pregnant for us to sustain a population. It goes back to that example that I was given. You give a man an island with 15 chicks, he can have 15 kids in the same month, and they're all born the next year, and then he can propagate a society. But we are undergoing some sort of spiritual sickness here in America when it comes to inner dynamics between sexuality between men and women. And you guys are going to have to increase the populace. We literally got in this business understanding that there was a dating issue, but to just deal with it and see that America is about to take a major hit in the population because you guys won't have kids because of some feminist ideology. Bro, what is it? What the hell? What the fuck? What is this? What's going on, man? Y'all need to fucking have kids.
Definitely. Yeah. Gotta do that for sure. And we just gotta get fucking better. And men out there, put on this camera again. For the men out there, for the guys, for the niggas, it is always your fault. Whatever you're going through, whatever's happening to you in life is your fault. Always blame it on yourself, even if it's not yourself. It is your fault. I remember one time I'm in sales. I'm having a terrible day in sales, and I started getting. I'm like, these fucking leads suck. I'm like, no, that's the wrong fucking mindset. It is my fault. This is I have to get better. I gotta get better. So regardless of if it's not your fault or whatever the situation is, always blame yourself. Put it on yourself, because that's the only way you're gonna grow. Because if you only putting it on the outside factors that's not in your control, then that means you're never going to grow yourself, and it's always somebody else's fault. So how the fuck are you ever going to improve? So no matter what happens to you, no matter how much of a bullshit it is, just always blame yourself, because that's how you get better. Because I notice guys nowadays, they're always fucking complaining about women or complaining about the cost of shit, complaining about everything. It's like, who the fuck cares? Just get better. Like, always hear shit like, this is too expensive. It's too much. It's outprice. It's like, no, you just don't make enough money. Make more fucking money. Like, that's it. Nothing is too. If that $100 shirt is too expensive for you, you just don't make a fucking enough money. Go make 100,000 or go fucking. Because most motherfuckers who say something is too expensive is just because they can't afford it. There's a small percentage of people who, if they say something is too expensive, they could still buy it, but they just don't want it. But most of you motherfuckers are just complaining about shit, and life is just happening to you. Just due to circumstances. Instead of you just taking initiative and making the best for what you got and just making the shit fucking happen. So that's something I want to tell the audience, whoever's watching this video, is just put it on yourself, the guys, the men. It's your fault. Because society's not going to give you no fucking pass. They're not going to feel bad for you, feel sorry for you. No matter how your life ends, it's always going to be like, oh, well, he was just a loser. Not, oh, his family member died, or he was just in a fucked up situation because this happened to him. Life was unfair. They just didn't give him a fair shot. No one's going to say that. They're just going to say, oh, he just ended up being a loser. What happened to him? He fell off. It's his fault. So no one cares about your fucking excuses. Just get better. Blame yourself. And improve, grow, and we headed to the top together.
We are headed to the top together, my boy. And listen, on that exact note there, I want you guys to understand, on the men's side and on the women's side, this is an all-out war against the population. What I want you guys to do is load up and get as many women pregnant as fucking possible. I want you to do the drive-by of getting women pregnant out here in America. I want you, if you're a guy, get as many women pregnant as you possibly can as soon as you wake up. Before you go to sleep, have at least 10 women pregnant a day minimum. That way, we're going to have a huge population, way more economy, way more wealth. America goes up in prosperity, and we raise Americans to have good ideology and good beliefs, man. Because if we did get to a point where you're raising kids, I think that we're getting to a point now where people see I think that the veil's lifting a little bit. I do think that if people were having kids, if they're watching content like 5 Star, they're most likely to have the ideology of like, look, we need to raise our kids better because we did pretty bad in the last couple rounds here in the last generations. We didn't do so good with technology. We didn't do so good with socializing. We didn't do so good with politics. We need to really raise them to be a lot better than the previous generation because things got really dark around 2020 in the last couple of years. Man, what do you think that people could do, Americans could do to be better at raising families to avoid this conundrum that we're in so we don't ever have a scenario where we're dipping half the populace here? Like, how did we get here in the first place in your eyes?
How do we get as far as like men and women not being together, or like? Yeah,
I mean, to the point where women are just like so brainwashed by propaganda they don't want to have sex with half of the men.
It's feminism. We got here by feminism, but I say, fuck how we got here. How do we solve the problem? What's the solution?
More kids. More kids. Have more kids. Have more kids and raise them with good values. 100%. You got to raise them to like for I'll ballpark here a little bit. I'll switch the topic here a little bit. Go off on a side tangent. I remember when I was a kid out here in Florida, they would teach you how to write in cursive, right? And the reason they teach you how to write in cursive is because it's an important skill to have, and the Constitution just so happens to be written in cursive. But I've spoken to kids that are like in their 20s, like between 20 and 24. They don't know how to read cursive at all because they stopped teaching it. Now, why would they stop teaching something like that? I mean, the fucking Constitution is in cursive. Kids need to read the Constitution. The only way that they could have a constitutional print is if it's translated into print. But with that translation, you wouldn't be able to check for like errors. You know what I mean? So little word manipulations could take place if you're not able to read the original copy of the Constitution. Long story short, at the bare minimum, you should be teaching your kids the Constitution or how to be strong in the country that they live in. But, all these subtle attacks go to show you, it's these little things that accumulate over time that kind of make a scenario where you could ask a bunch of girls on a panel to name 3 countries or something geographical, or you can ask like a panel of chicks like, hey, what's the First Amendment? And they'll be like, I don't know. You know what I mean? So information at that level is like being like thwarted or suppressed or pushed aside, so people can't even like see an interest in it. So we're being dumbed down. But now it's like going beyond mental attacks. Like to make someone bad at academics is one thing, but to make an entire populace bad at their own biology, not even wanting to have sex with each other, a basic human survival impulse. I mean, this propaganda is so serious that we need to have people tuning into 5-Star. We need you guys to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We need you to stay tuned in with us and grounded with us, and you need to hear these solutions that me and Tez have for you, because I think a lot of it does start with it always comes back to the men. Like you said, it does come back to the first responsibility. God gave man dominion over the earth. I think that I actually have a couple solutions, right? I think if you're following us, you should encourage that you don't have your girl go to college until later in life. You don't have her wait around to have kids. You have kids as soon as you vet her out. You go down the traditional path very efficiently. What do you think on the optics or the layout of how it should be?
Yeah, so I was thinking this while you were talking. So this is all happening because of the Simps. This is Simps' fault. Simps, you are the problem. It's your fault. Like that's why this is all. Fuck it being your fault. But this is how this problem became about, is because of it's the Simps. Simps did this. Simps give away something for nothing in return.
I turned off Twitch.
Simps will give out all their resources, all their attention, all their time for nothing in the return. For a hope of something, for a hope of sex, hope for a female attention, and they keep just giving that out, giving anything from the women, and next thing you know, the woman becomes entitled because she's so used to getting something for free, and it's never an equal value exchange because Simps were just giving it all away for free. So now when someone comes along who doesn't want to give their time, attention, resources away for free, she's like, what the fuck, this is just off, it's not right, because I've been getting this my whole life, where I've dealt with so many guys who were just giving me everything I wanted without me having to give them anything, without me having to fuck them or cook food for them or just do anything, be anything of value to them. So this is the Simps because they give away something for nothing. So this is they created this problem. So now how do we fix it? The only way to fix this problem, to get women in a position where they actually want to fuck guys, so the average guy actually has a chance, and I talked about this briefly on the last show, is by taking away your attention. That's the only thing that you can do, is take away your attention, because this all started after social media. Once guys started giving away all their attention for free, liking all these girls' pictures, sending them these DMs, giving them all this attention for nothing just off the fact that they exist, what did women become? More and more and more entitled, and it just became harder and harder for men to actually get dates, fuck women, and be in a relationship with the women, and just be compatible with the women at all, because their standards are so high, because now it's like your attention's worth nothing anymore. Before social media, when you approached a girl, you saw her out, your chances of dating her or taking her out is so much more higher, because your attention meant so much more, because she hardly ever got it. And she only got it when she went outside, and it hardly ever happened as much as it does today. So it's like, our leverage back then was our attention. Now guys are giving it away for free in hopes of some pussy, and it's not worth anything. So as men, what we have to do is take away the attention that we give them for free. If all men just stop giving women attention, I guarantee you it's only a matter of time until they start behaving again. And that is fucking so ideal. Men are so fucking horny that there's always gonna be simps giving out attention for free. That's just what it is. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do my justice. All I can fucking do is put this message out there. If you're a guy who's even following a girl who doesn't follow you back, take away your attention, unfollow that bitch. If you're liking girls' pictures who have given you nothing, stop liking them. If you're DMing that girl who just hasn't responded to you, you're fucking talking to yourself in her messages. You're having a conversation with yourself in her message. She doesn't even know you exist. When you DM her, you're at like the bottom of her fucking, her messages, her fucking messenger. She didn't even know you messaged her, but you're sitting there just texting her every other day, every week, messaging her, trying to get her to respond. in hopes of getting some pussy. That guy right there is ruining it for a guy who's actually on his shit, who's on his purpose. Because now when the girl meets that guy who's on his shit, on his purpose, she's so entitled and her energy is just so different because she's used to getting so much free attention from these simps that it's not even going to work anymore. It's not going to be an equal value exchange to any extent. The girl's not even going to want to deal with it because she's so used to getting this shit for free. So anytime I see an entitled female and entitled woman, I'm like, there's a guy out there who made you this way. You weren't originally like this. You weren't just born like this. Unless you just grew up very spoiled and your parents thought that the world made the world seem like it revolved around you, which that could be the case as well. But 9 times out of 10, when you see a girl behaving some way, like she's entitled, she wants you to treat her like a queen and she hasn't done anything, she's a hoe, that's because there was a simp who gave her everything that she wanted, and she could behave, she could do anything she wanted. She could walk into the house at 4 or 5 in the morning. She could wear whatever the fuck that she wanted when she went out. She could have guy friends. She could go on those girl trips. There's a guy who condoned all that shit, and now when a guy sets boundaries, when that next guy comes in, he sets boundaries on her, she's like, this is like, I'm not used to having fucking rules or a guy who has standards because I'm used to these fucking simps who let me do whatever I want. So let's take our attention away, stop giving our shit away for free, and actually letting these women earn your attention, earn your resources, earn your time, because then they're going to appreciate it more and they're going to respect it more. And then we both win.
Bro, I love that you said that. I love that you said this because let me give you guys some real actual game here, right? Right before we started 5-Star, I had been out here networking, leveling up, putting people on game, right? And staying in contact with all the people that I meet through social media. As soon as we started 5-Star, because I'm now taking a different position in that exact same game, I went to my Instagram account. I went to the activity feed of my Instagram account, and I saw that you have the ability to see all the photos that you've ever liked. And I went and I unliked every single photo of a girl. All of them, right? And then I went on to not like any of their photos anymore because I am starving them for attention. And I said all that to say you are starving them for attention too. I want all the men here in the world of dating. You can talk to girls. You can hang out with girls, assuming that you're doing it the way that we tell you in the 5-Star way. But you cannot give out your attention for free at all. Tez is right. That sucker behavior is what led to women's ego being so high that they can look down on the value of a man so much that they don't even see them. It's like man is less than a dog to chicks, dude. They have such a bad outlook when you are involved in a culture that says, men ain't shit, or has a blame men mentality, or has an anti-man mentality, or God is a woman bullshit. That is going to lead to, like Tez was just saying, this entitlement that women have that put us off of the game. But now, again, I just told you, starve women of attention and put yourself in this always leveling up scenario, right? Now, I know I'm going off far into the future, but listen, I'll play this video back in the future, and then you guys will see why this makes sense, what I'm about to say. You are going to be in a scenario where you're going to have to take on dating multiple chicks, and that is going to be better for you if you're able to pull it off, because for the men that do listen and for the men that are attractive, at some point these women will have no choice but to share you or die alone with cats. And if they have to choose between sharing a man that they are attracted to or dying alone with cats, you still have a chance of being that man that they are attracted to. Become strong, become smart, become intelligent, become fit. Now, I'm going to give you an example of how you need to think in order to have these women. You need to think like a boss to employee type of relationship. Let's say that you started any business. It doesn't fucking matter. If you want to start a TikTok business, a social media business, there's an application called Chef. You ever heard of Chef? It's spelled S-H-E-F. It's a great application that, like, for example, let's say that you're a man, you're out there and you're working your corporate job, and you have your girl here at the house. Chef is an application that lets you cook food and then sell the food to other people in the area. So let's say that you're really good at cooking like Mediterranean cuisine. You take a picture of that plate, you put it on Chef, SHEF, right? And then you can put it on there for $17.99 or whatever, and people will come to your door however you want to do it. You can drop it off to them. They'll come to you, whatever you want to do. But if you have that kind of a business going on, fantastic. That shows me that you have really good discipline. Let me give you an example of not so good discipline, right? Check this out. I'm hanging out with one of my ex-girlfriends, right? She's a singer at the time and runway model. So she has a friend. And now me, I have so many boundaries with this girl, right? She had been on FNF before. She understands that I have all these masculine boundaries. So like they had been enacted on her, right? So what you're seeing is that when I'm with my girl, I didn't let her talk louder than me because she kind of had like that kind of whatever problem she had. So I had to train her. Like, yo, listen, chill out with these vocals being so fucking loud, girl, chill. Right, so I had her all trained up. I had her like how she needs to be around me in the car, how she needed to like clean the car. I had a lot of discipline with this girl because I had trained her the right way. Now she has a friend, and we had a dinner with them or something, and then we stop at the friend's house before we go back to our crib, right? And I walk into this dude's house. His dogs are running around all over the house. The house is a mess. When he speaks, the dogs don't listen to him. When he talks to his wife has no problem disrespecting him in front of me and this girl. Oh, I don't know them like that. The girl was friends with that girl, right? That's how they knew each other. But like, this is my real first time being in this environment, and I could tell that the entire house was a reflection of the man. It always comes back to the man. His kid, bro. That wife that he had would talk shit about his kids that he had with another girl in front of me. So his wife is saying whatever she wants to say. They got the TV running, and it's not even like something that they're watching. The dogs are doing whatever the fuck they want to do. The house is a mess. It shows me that this man's value inside of himself is so low and such a bitch that when I walk in, and you see how I keep my composure, my posture, how I treat the world, how I demand respect from the world, and how I put time in to earn that respect because it takes time to establish those things. You see there's such a contrast between me and the guy that even he can feel it at that point in time. And I'm not trying to do anything other than I'm just being myself. And you can see that he feels a little bit of shame, a little bit of guilt because of my composure. Now, that's one example to now go inside of another example, right? That guy can't handle the girl that he currently has, so there's no way he'd ever be able to handle multiple girls. But let's say that you were in this scenario that's coming up in the next 5 years, and you have to handle multiple girls because that's what the world is turning into. You literally need to become a man who can become a businessman, who can be focused on scaling, that can be focused on spreadsheets, that needs to be really in tune and in depth with money. You need to understand how to buy health care for your family. You need to understand how to choose schools, vacations. You need to understand how to choose cars. You need to understand how you're buying for safety if you're going to have all these different girls running around. And then you need to be able to delineate tasks and maintain these people. So you, by default, have to be a boss. You have to be, again, boss to employee relationship. So now let's talk about abundance, right? You've got your house, your crib, your setup. So that means that you're a man that listens to us. You went out, you got a job, you got a house, you got a car, you got your life insurance, you got your health insurance, you got all the policies, you got everything ready to go. Now you got a girl, you got a girlfriend. You listen to us. You give her a ceremony if she really, 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 really went out of her way to earn that. But if she didn't, she's a girlfriend. Don't marry her, right? She's in your home. She's a guest. She is never to be a resident, and she's donating her time to you for the exchange of a relationship with you, because you're that valuable. Now you're scaling. So if you have one woman working for you, keep in mind, a man works, I'm going to speak in terms all you guys get. A man works 40 hours a week. Let's just say you had your girl doing that shit part-time. But now you have 5 girls, right? So they're doing 20 hours a week. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So imagine your 40 hours a week is now multiplied by their 100 hours a week, all building your name. All building whatever the fuck that you have them doing. You have them doing a nail business. You have them doing a food business. You have them scale. Like here, we're doing a YouTube channel. Let's say you're doing a YouTube channel. 140 hours into one man can take that man from someone who's rising on his grind set to a fucking king in a much shorter time. Because in 1 year of a man having 140 man hours to build his fucking name, that man's going somewhere. He's leveling up and he's changing every time that you see him. So a man that has that much ability and stability in his life and that much discipline, the next time he comes and hangs out around his homies, he's developed because he got 140 hours built into who he's becoming. So that means more time into his fitness, more times into his money, more times into his investments, more time into his name, more time into his family. Bro, if you're not living like this, if you're not really taking the king's path, man, if you're not doing what it takes to run your shit, you're just going to get left behind. It's really, the race is going to be ran for the greatest run ever or the saddest ending to your bloodline ever. We are in the fourth quarter here, bro. This is really what it comes down to. This is the last play for either a prosperous outcome for the guys that are going to watch this and say, I want prosperity, I want abundance, I want my gifts from the Lord. I want to bring this to God, and I want to ask for my blessings and get that in the form of many women to carry off my offspring here in America so I can have opulence and abundance in my own home and backyard in American country. You either have that outcome or you're going to fade off into obscurity where girls don't even like you, bro.
1,000%. 1,000%. Like that's a fact. That's a fact. Girls aren't even going to want to fuck with you, like you, or none of that shit. Then you're just alone. And that's what it is, which is some fucked up shit, bro. That's just where we're at with it. Damn.
This is some all or nothing stakes, my guy.
Yeah, and the only option is to really just to level up, just to keep going. That's all you got to do. That's what you're gonna have to do.
You literally gonna have to level up. There's no other way to. There's no ifs. There's no ands about it. And this is, I think. Listen, this is another subject that I want to talk about. Male sexuality. We live in a world of liberated female sexuality, and as we discussed in the last episode, there is no such thing as female liberation. There is no such thing as liberating female sexuality. It was never suppressed by any metric that is damn near worth talking about to begin with in a modern society. And on top of that, they're liberated from nothing because they're all ashamed of how much sex that they have with different men. But male sexuality. If you grew up in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and you had like a Christian pastor in a church making you believe that men and women need to get married before they have sex, they can go fuck themselves. I never found that in the Bible anywhere. 1, if you experience church hurt, go fuck yourself. 2, if you are somebody that has ever looked at relationships and thought to yourself, man, the way in which I had like a bad relationship or a bad breakup or something wasn't working out, you might be somebody that's scarred in the past, but fuck all of that. What we need you to understand is that we're in a place now where female sexuality has been celebrated and female sexuality has been encouraged, but male sexuality has never, ever been anything more than shamed. And I'll give you what I mean by that, right? When young boys are in school, sometimes they're afraid to express their feelings towards girls, or they're anxious to speak to women, or they feel anxiety to speak to girls, or they're too shy to go up to a girl and tell her anything about how beautiful that she is and how he has an interest in her. And because none of these natural communications are being talked about, and men's sexuality is always being shat upon, and when a man does finally get to a place where he's having sex with girls and girls are like, no, he's cheating on me, fuck you. He's not cheating on you. He's collecting you. You are one of many to him. You as a girl need to go out of your way to keep that man, and if you want to be his favorite, you need to figure out how to establish that relationship so he keeps you and you don't end up being one of these 45% of women that are forever going to be cast into obscurity. And we need to be more of a society that focuses on celebrating straight male sexuality. And that's what the fuck we do over here at 5 Star, bro. We're happy to say, listen, men don't want one chick. And this is great news to a guy like myself. I think this is fantastic. This gives me so many more options than I had previously up until seeing that, because now I have the abundance of saying to myself, well, shit, I can have like some younger girls for the offspring. I can have some older girls to take care of the younger girls. You know, I could build a family in any way that I want, because there's so many damn options coming through. Because on 5-star, we take the time to appreciate male sexuality for being completely fucking different, and something that is way better than female liberation. We need you guys to get out here. We need you guys to become men. Go get yourself a six-pack. Go get yourself a Lamborghini. Go get yourself a house. Go get yourself the money that you want. Be the best fucking man that you can. And then when it comes to dating women, be absolutely ruthless in your preferences. If it is that you want multiple girls, just tell these girls to their face, look, you're one of many. You'll never be the only one. You belong to me. And if you don't like it, peace the fuck out. I've starved you of attention. We've all starved you of attention. We're going to change the way that your mating strategy works. You do it my way, or you take the fucking highway. Goodbye.
For sure, 1000%. And fellas, men out there, women, the way women treat you, that's a sign if you need to change or not. Hit me with this camera. That's a sign if you need to change or not. Women are a good fucking indicator on what you need to do as a man. So if you go into the world and you notice women aren't respecting you, they're not taking you serious, that is a sign that you need to change. So women are there. I think Andrew Tate said this. They're a very good indicator on where you are as a man. So if you're walking through life, women are taking you as a joke, they're not fucking with you, you got to sit back and reflect and think that there's something that I need to change about myself, or something that I need to do to get better to where women actually want to fuck with me. And then I was thinking, I lost my train of thought earlier, but I was thinking when you were talking about the guy who the woman was disrespecting his kids and shit when he was out.
Yeah.
Everything that you do in the dark, or everything that you don't do, people sense that on you when
everything
you go out
you do in the
public.
dark will come to the light.
Yeah, but not only everything you do in the dark will come to the light, everything that you don't do in the dark. So if you're not fucking on your shit, you saying that you're going to go to the gym, you're going to the gym. If you're beating your dick all day, every day in the dark, and you're doing shit that you know you shouldn't be doing in the dark, people are going to sense that on you when you go out in public. It's like something's off. Like you see a guy, he just has creeper vibes or something, or like he's just a weirdo. Behind closed doors, that dude's probably just doing some weird ass shit that nobody really knows. Like, but you just can't pinpoint it out in public. Like, this motherfucker's just a weirdo. That's because behind closed doors, there's some weird shit going on that nobody sees. You could just sense it on his vibe that something's just off. So all the shit that you do in the dark, all the shit that you don't do, as far as like all the weird shit, you're telling yourself you're gonna fucking go to the gym. You're telling yourself you're gonna work X amount of time a week, or you're gonna start this business, and you're not keeping your word behind closed doors. You're jacking off, beating your meat, doing shit that you shouldn't be guilty about. Because when you don't do shit that you know you should be doing, you deep down you feel guilty. It's like you still have a sense of like, damn, I know I should be doing this. I know I should be going to the gym when I tell myself I'm going to go to the gym. I know I shouldn't be beating my dick. I feel guilty after. I feel like a sick fuck after I beat my dick. I know I should have approached that girl. All the shit that you don't do, fucking Wes Watson says it, like you're building up karmic debt. Like it's just all that guilt is building up. So when you go out in public, people sense like on your vibe, your mannerisms, that like it's just off. Like you're just, it really what it is, you're not in alignment. So to be fully aligned, always behave like someone is watching you. When you're at home fucking doing dumb shit, like always think, if someone's watching me, someone's gonna know this, and someone's gonna sense this on me when I go out in public. When I see people, they're gonna be able to sense whether or not I kept my word to myself behind closed doors. So, just the best thing that you can do is just to be in full alignment. Is just keep your word to everything you say you're gonna do, and fucking don't do shit that makes you feel bad behind closed doors. That makes you feel guilty, because all that shit is just being sensed on your behavior to people you associate with in public, that they sense it on you. Because like you see those motherfuckers walking around and shit, and you're like, this motherfucker's a weirdo. He's off. Something about him's off. It's because there's something that he's doing that when nobody's watching, he thinks he's getting away scot-free. No one's watching him, but it's like people notice, like, motherfucker, you're a weirdo. Like something's off. You're a weirdo. Something's off about you. So in order to get that full respect when you're out in public, the only way to do that is to put the work in behind closed doors when nobody's watching. That's the only way. So that's my message for the fellas out there. Let's improve together. Let's get better together so we can look up in 5-10 years and be on the fucking Mount Rushmore. We can be at the fucking top together looking like, damn, we was just down there. We see the guys coming up, the next one's coming up, and we're like, we were just there. We were like, now we are here. We did it. We put in the fucking work. We feel good about the work. We take pride in the work. And now we just keep passing the message down so everybody can level up. And, you know, everybody's not going to make it. That's just the reality of it. But everybody can have a chance. We put that message out there to fucking plant a seed in somebody's mind to where it's like, they might have heard you say, you know, drop a line or two. And it's like, damn, that just woke their ass up. And they're like, fuck, never thought about it like that. So then shit, we help everybody. We help the next person win. We just feel good about it. So let's get it.
Yo, big facts, bruv. You got to help the next person win, man. And when you help one person, you help every person. Yo, and when I was just talking about celebrating male sexuality, when me and Tez were talking about the future of these things, I had actually came up with seeing that this might be an actual outcome, right? So to do that, to celebrate the male preference, I actually came up with something called, I'll see if the camera can see it here. It's called the 2, 3, 4, 5 plus community, right? This will be the first time that you guys ever see it. Let me see if I can get it in this camera over here. Yeah, you see 2, 3, 4, 5 plus community, right? That is like the opposite of other communities. That right there is showing you that you're either going to have 2, 3, 4, 5 or more girlfriends going forward in the future. Because like, that's kind of what's happening in other countries already. If you read into it lightly, you'll see like Japan is going through this, Russia is going through this. The whole world is experiencing some sort of spiritual sickness where men and women are just not, they're just not making kids. They're just not coming together. And I think that it's a combination of things. It's definitely feminist propaganda. It's definitely that men need to level up. It's definitely that women became too ego-filled. And I definitely think it might have like little traces of biological tampering with here. You know, it might be stuff that they put in the water that makes you sexually avoidant of each other. It probably is pornography in large scale, the way that you were just bringing up, because we have certain groups of people putting so much pornography into the culture that actually, you know, shout out to these guys, man, because there's dudes that we know through our communities that actually have a lot of addiction to that stuff, man. And they'll come and they'll tell us what they're going through, and, you know, they're setting benchmarks to overcome these things. But once all that is set aside, at the end of the day, and you self-improve, it is a very real possibility that you're looking at a world where you're going to have to say, you're going to have to get better at game and be like, listen, I'll take you and you. I'm going to get drinks with you and you. Yeah, I know the prices of drinks have gone up. Inflation is high, but I'm going to take care of her and her. You girls are going to work for me. You're going to come here. Blah, da, 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 da. We're going to be better off together. And trust me, this is the first of many episodes where you'll hear me talk about stuff of that dynamic, because this is the truth. This is the truth of an entire America that you guys are looking at. We're headed to a completely different outcome. If you think that damn near half the women are looking at death with no companionship, and they're not going to want human connection at some point, I mean, what are we looking at? You're going to suicide your way out of this? You're going to have sex with a robot out of this? Or you're going to eventually cave into your biological needs and say, yeah, I do want a man, by which, listen, you got five years before this happens. 5 stars going to level you guys the fuck up and turn you into the man that you want to become. If you do the work, the women are going to take you. You need to believe that. Like Tez has said on this podcast multiple times. Shout out to the live stream, man. He said over and over, you need to believe you are better than these women. You need to believe that you're so much better than them, that you're better than their own biological mating strategy that they're currently making. They currently, when left up to their own devices, are choosing birth controls. They're choosing promiscuity. They're choosing a die alone with cats, but we've never embarked upon it being this large. It's never been this bad. So you're at the crux of it. You're literally at a crossroads where you're going to see all the guys that can get women, that will get women, that have the courage and discipline, charisma and swag and fortitude to go up to girls and take girls, will fill their homes with chicks. And there will still be an abundance of women left over for you to choose from, because one dude can't see them all. And you'll literally just have the option to say, come home with me. And you're either going to be the guy that doesn't, or you will be a guy that unfortunately becomes a statistic that Tess was just talking about, that just never procreates. If you don't procreate, the entire purpose of this conversation was to say that human beings come together to procreate. That's what dating is about. It's about procreating and putting your best morality into the next generation and propagating entire societies for our bloodline and our culture to keep going through, man. You can't give up. If anything, you got to fight harder now, but there might be a higher reward than you anticipated than before.
1,000%. Yeah. Well said. That was, good shit. So that's a fact. We just got to get better and do what we got to do. So, let's close this shit out and we gave them some heat, some fire.
Yes, sir.
So we 5-star live stream. We out here. High demand Tez. Fucking follow it on all platforms. Let's get it, bro. We added value. So, we're going to keep bringing it. Let's fucking get it.
Yes, sir. We gave you guys a solid hour of this sauce. In the time that we've talked to you here, if you haven't learned something that you need to be learning as a 5-star gentleman, it is that we are going to build you to have the ability to be respected by men. You'll be a gentleman. You'll be respected by your peers for what you do. You'll be sharper, stronger, smarter. You'll read books that we tell you to read. You'll be better off with your dating strategies than ever before. You'll be better at cold approaching because you're listening to guys in the field that do it. But more than ever before, you might actually be walking away with more than you asked for, and that's one hell of a bargain once you become this guy. Listen, man, if you guys are out here and you're walking around with 5-6 different girlfriends that you have, I'm going to be super proud of you. Balance will finally be restored, man, like for how men actually are.
Oh, yeah, let's get it. But shit, we out here. We brought it to you live. Another episode. We fucking lit. Like, comment, subscribe. 5-star live stream on all platforms. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. We everywhere. Go show some love, and if you don't, then it's fuck you. But no, we don't really give a fuck anyways. But just, we out here. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, he couldn't have said it any better, man. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Like it, share it. Get it out to everybody. Follow us on Instagram. Direct message us. Get in the show. Get in the Brotherhood. Get in the communities. We have a lot of value and a lot of charisma to bring you. But me and Tez about to go handle some shit, man. Y'all, peace out. Peace.